Okay, so here's my review of the Five Seeds marketing campaign. Five Seeds is a new cider product which Tui's Extra Dry launched onto the Australian market in October of this year. I started my review by searching Five Seeds in Google. It's probably not something that a consumer is likely to do, but aside from the natural first result of mumbrella.com.au, Tui's Extra Dry have paid for the premium result. And interestingly enough, the landing page for this link is good. It's on topic, but it takes you through to Facebook. So I didn't actually try without being logged into Facebook, but I wonder what would happen. I think it still displays the content. Also, it takes me to the Your Journey tab, which is unique to this specific group, not the group page, which is a different way to do it, I guess. The only problem I had with this landing page was that a lot of the content was below the fold. And you can see that here. I zoomed the screen right out, and a large portion of the content, imagine that image there being cut in half, and the bottom half is all below the fold. So it posed a few problems, I think, for the usability of the app. Anyway, there's 4 stages. You can see that there from the top of the video panel. There's the 5 seeds, feed the ferals, up the trees, and the last one there, the orchard, is being cut off. I don't think the video has been optimized with the right parameters for this site, and that's causing a few problems there. The right, I guess, centimeter of 2 centimeters or so of the video has been cut off due to the banner ads that are along the side of the Facebook page. Anyway, to set the scene, you watch a video about these feral humans who are competing against the crows for fruit. The fruit is the apple, and the apple is the product they use to make this unique cider called Five Seeds. The ferals are trying to get the cider from the apples from the crows who control them and use them to eat, and they think basically the message is that's evolution and purity and that's a clean thing. The people who without the apple are dirty and they're inbred, kind of filthy, unevolved, animalistic human beings. There's an interactive game where you start feeding the feral, and using your mouse or your webcam by waving your hands in front of it, you can control where the apple goes to those 4 circles on the screen, and the feral tries to grab it. The next thing is climbing up the trees. So you can see that there's a crow following on the theme, which is a good landing page tactic. It's contextual, it's tactical, and there's obviously a strategy to this. You've just beaten the feral with the apples, and now you as the human are going to climb up the tree and try and get the apple. The journey begins, and I think the best thing about this is that using the Flash features of embedding HTML links with parameters of images inside a video, it gives you a journey approach where it asks you, what would you do? Would you fight the bird at the end of each scene or scenario? Would you fight the bird, find camouflage, or make a bird call? And when you click on the video, it takes you out of Facebook and into another social platform, YouTube. Very clever idea. Diversifying where the content's held to maximize the audience. I think that's very clever. And these same features of embedding areas or parameters of what is a zone that people can click on above or on top of the video being played underneath allows for them to embed a link in the video and make this action still exist in the same way that a flash file would allow it to occur. And as you click through, you go to watch another video, and it gives you 2 more options, and each time you've got to choose the right one. If you choose the wrong one, you die. If you choose the right one, you get to the next step. So it's using the Facebook technology, and when you get to the end, the 5th video I think it is, it gives you this right at the end saying, congratulations, you've successfully grabbed the apple, and lucky, we got it first though, because we've made it into this wonderful drink. The only fault I found at this final video was that image or text that you see on your screen there wasn't actually a parameter that somebody could click through back to the Facebook page. So for some users it might have been the last point of their journey. For others, if they got back to the Facebook page, they would have seen this. Now this thing is called the knowledge tree, and it's still in that group. It's the final stage, the orchard, as it was referred to in the group. And this is really clever. When you go in, a bird flies across the screen, the Twitter bird, and each one of these apples, once you click on it, drops out of the tree, breaks open, and inside is a message. The message comes from a Twitter stream of the hashtag 5seeds, which you can see there. 5seeds, wonderful promotion, blah blah blah. And basically, each apple that you choose comes from this stream. So it's a very clever way to integrate Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter all into the one platform, cover the markets that are across those mediums, and tie people back down to the probably the largest of all three of these giants in terms of community or interaction, Facebook, where people are drawn back to and can become part of the group. So my observations were that this is probably the most successful interactive video and social campaign I've seen that uses interactive technologies in these platforms with the click zones. They were very successful. And you can see here that the first video had 9,000 views. This is video 1. And then throughout the rest of the videos there was about 7,500. You can see that down the bottom there. So after the initial dropout, once people were committed to the journey, it was a very consistent, click-through rate, I guess you could say, that people stayed on track and they finished the journey. So that's very successful. Although that number, 7,000, is quite small, the campaign's only really been launched in a big way in Sydney. It's probably going to be pushed a bit more in Melbourne. But having said that, the other day I noticed the Strongbow product right next door to the 5seeds product, $13.99, the same price, and I got some, so I'll probably be enjoying that after my exams. Thanks a lot for listening, and you can discover more at Egan.com. I've used one of the Google annotation tools to click through to visit my site, so see how you go.